If you want to be my friend, you better go and get a pen.
Come on.
And maybe we can keep in touch like they did in the old days. It wasn't so long ago. And I wish you well. Oh, sign your pen.
Did you see my air guitar?
Loved it.
As someone who listens to this show,
Yeah.
And we greatly appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Did that feel good to get to be like, I'm
It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
That's Daniel and I's entire lives.
Right. You need a count. You need a 4 count.
Do you go S or no S at the end? You go on sign your pen pal or pals?
Ooh. I sign your pen. I say S. But is it not an S?
No. We don't know.
We don't know.
Oh. Yeah.
We don't know
S.
S. I go S. Rory used to go no S, and then he was like, I think it's S too. And then
I don't even sing anymore. I'm just over here with a cigarette.
When you got the guy to make the song, was it just one of you?
Patrick Keenan of the
Winter Sounds.
Patrick Keenan. Was it just one of you?
Rory.
was just him.
Rory knew him before me. Yeah.
You approached him to make the song. Did you tell him you had a co-host?
Yeah. He knew the deal.
Okay, so
because he's made stuff for us before for our other podcast, The Wildly Successful Pound Cake.
Yeah, it has to be S.
Yeah,
Such a great show.
Such
Did you ever listen to Pound Cake?
No.
No.
What's Pound Cake?
It was our first show.
Pound Cake was our first ever attempt at doing a podcast.
And it was a whole concept.
Right.
It was a whole backstory. We reviewed this TV show 11/22/63. But we also
and then the show ended up not being great, and so we kind of stopped watching it. I mean, we watched it, but we didn't really want to talk about it anymore.
Right.
So then we just kept filling.
It's one
in
of the things
time.
I'm most proud of that I've ever done, because we set up all this wild, like, canon world shit, and then at the end, in my opinion, we pay it all off.
Wow. I'll go check it out. Is it still up there on the net?
We don't even know.
I don't even know, but I can get it to you.
Okay,
I can get you a RSS.
Dude, we got burnt copies. We can get you some shit.
Okay, do our intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined today by our by another guest. We have 2 a month. And this gentleman comes to us from, it's very proper, comes all the way to us from New York City.
Yep.
Comedian. I don't even know like all the credits you have. I feel like you're a jack of all trades. My
actor,
my brain almost went
host,
straight to author.
DJ,
no author yet, but
musician,
DJ, radio, ex-radio host,
DJ,
and
future radio host,
much, right?
future radio host,
future radio host.
Okay, hold on. You get to pick 2 that define you today.
Ooh, what are you going with?
What are you feeling good about?
DJ, comedian.
Right? Yeah.
DJ, comedian. Yeah. Even when I was on the reason why I started comedy is because on the radio people used to say it was funny.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe this is what it really is supposed to be.
I think that is the natural, organic progression for anyone who gets into what we do.
Their work environment
is because you didn't seek it out. You were just being you, and someone went, "You're funny."
Yeah.
And then you're like,
big people told me funny.
Oh, maybe I'm funny.
Yeah.
You
Will
kinda
Smith,
thought-
pre-slap.
Pre-slap.
So years ago.
Post-slap
Years
hates
ago.
you.
Pro-slap does not want anything to do with me.
Post-slap, whole new guy, not really talking to anybody he used to know.
We met at Moon Tower.
Moon Tower, yeah.
Yeah.
Cipha Sounds. We didn't even say the
Cipha
We didn't say my name.
Yeah.
Cipha
We didn't even say
Sounds.
the name.
Because it's a weird name.
It's a great
People
name.
butcher it, yeah.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do they say?
Cipha, Chippa.
Chippa.
Yeah, because they see the H and the
Oh,
I.
and they do a little like sort of like.
It's the
chip
word
switch.
cipher, like a code.
Yeah,
like decipher
exactly.
a code, but
yeah.
with an A,
Cipha
hip hop
Sounds.
spelling.
Yeah, Cipha.
You remember the 90s?
Yeah.
You put an A on, you put a Z instead of an S.
Alice in Chains, Nirvana.
Player versus playa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's cipher. So cipher. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How long did it take to land on that? And when you commit to that being a name, you know this is for life.
Yeah.
Is that a hard thing to do?
So it's a common 90s hip hop word.
Yeah.
So when I came up with it, it was fine.
Yeah.
And then I added the sounds.
But I love sounds because it grounds it.
Yeah, and it gives it like a last name.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in the 90s, it was fine.
Yeah.
It's not until I started like venturing into other worlds where there was white people.
Sure, yeah.
Go on.
We're familiar.
And
I've heard of them.
White girls, if you're paying attention.
Sure.
It's not a hard A. Lazy ER. Because all white girls are like, Cipha!
Oh.
Cipher. I'm like, lazy
Cipher.
ER. Just cipher.
Cipher
Don't
sound.
overthink it. Cipher.
Can I ask you, did you go legal with it?
No.
You haven't gone legal.
Oh.
So
Only
we could
reason why.
still take it. It's still available.
It's not like a license plate.
We could have it if we copyright
Rory,
it.
The idea that, like, well, there's already a Daniel, I can't, is right up there with your, these people have died, we got to get these pictures out of this house.
He's going to give up his ass man plates for Cipha Sounds.
Wait, so you haven't gone legal? Why, because of kids?
No, because
family?
Because it was my dad's name.
Got
Louis
you.
Diaz was my dad's name. So
Okay.
I feel a little, he passed away when I was young, so I'm
Sure.
giving him his shout out.
He's still,
Yeah.
But Cipha Sounds is everything else.
Yeah.
Hotels and rent-a-cars is an airplane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Louis Diaz, but that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Now, if you guys ever, know that Cipha's in town, you know what his secret code name is when he's at the
What is this?
at the hotel. You do a reverse. Like most people would go, don't use my real name.
Right.
This is my hotel
No,
name. You're
I
like,
get-
no, I actually switched it up. This is my real name.
Many hotels have been under Cipha Sounds, and I have to go to Google.
It goes to a
I
whole
go,
thing.
no, I'm doing a show. I'm at the comedy
Yeah.
club. You know the hotels are usually booked by the comedy
Sure,
club.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
go, no, I'm at the Improv. They mixed up my name. It's actually Louis Diaz. I have to Google myself, Google image. See, this is me.
Right.
Here's my Wikipedia. It's my stage name.
And
And
you know
they're
what the great? If somebody hassles you on that, and then you get to go, sir, ma'am, whoever, whatever you are, whatever. Do you think I would go through all the trouble to be the first return on a Google search for a hotel room?
Also, to add to that, you would also go, do you think I'm going to this much trouble for the hotel the club booked?
Yeah, the club book. I'm at this one.
Right.
You know the better one is an
Yeah,
Uber
right.
ride 20 minutes
Right.
or
Yeah.
where I should be.
Right. You think
at
I'm
this
trying to
one.
sneak into this hotel?
The one attached to the strip mall that the club
right.
is in.
Like if I was this proficient, if I was Google search proficient,
Yeah.
I'd be here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'd be doing.
Well,
I'd be at
Best
an
Westerns
ATM.
have changed. They're better than they used to be.
We demand the respect
Yeah.
of
They
are
the
better.
peninsula.
They
are
are
better.
better. They
They
have
do
stepped
look-
it
yeah,
up.
they
They've
really
stepped
have.
it
They
up.
really- I'm
Who-
over
They
it.
who
really
who
have,
gets
and
this?
that's
Wait,
our
what
ad
do
for
you
Best
mean?
Westerns.
It's a card.
You brought a letter?
It's a card. Someone has to read it out loud.
Oh, this is a first.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing a pen pals first.
Well, should we? Then we have to go to it, right?
No.
Well,
this
it
is-
says the decision. Do you read
Do you
it
want
on
us
air?
to? Do you want us to go
You
to it?
tell us because we don't know what's in there.
I want you to read it on air,
But do you
I
want
don't-
us to go to it?
Yeah, but I don't want this to replace the
The letters.
The letters? It's not
Yeah.
good,
Oh,
but
okay,
we
then
still
yes.
it's still there.
Then yes, let's
So
go
then
to it.
let's go to the
the
card that
letter.
Cipha brought.
What did you call it?
Card letter.
Card letter. Okay.
Wait, who did you want to read it?
Yeah, who do you want to read it? Because
no,
I've
he
done
should
this
read it.
so
Yeah,
many times in my
alright.
life.
Because you're good
No,
at
that
it.
doesn't sting at all.
Thanks.
Now, do you read the written part and what the
All
card
of it. You read all
what
of
the
it.
card
You
maker
read all
made?
of it.
Okay.
And the
Oh,
vendor.
Then
that's
I might
right.
then I might have went too long.
That does make sense that he
Okay.
would have to read it.
My brothers. Speaking of adding and dropping S's, he
Yeah,
added
put
the
S.
S.
That's
Oh.
right.
Okay.
My brothers.
It's a custom aftermarket.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, here we go. There's something in here.
Yeah.
Obviously, you might be
Yeah,
able to
get to
tell.
it. Yeah,
It's
it's
only
in
a-
there. It
Okay.
says it.
My brothers, on your birthday, let everyone celebrate the great person you are, and I'll go on celebrating you for what you've always been to me.
That's the
One
that's
great-
the manufacturer.
No. I'm putting this in my heart.
One great brother, happy birthday. In the Vanker family, you do put it in your heart because you picked that.
Okay. I
You
would have
did pick that.
pluralized it.
You felt like that spoke.
People in the hood always pluralize everything. You ever heard of Barnes and Nobles?
You know what? Do you know that's a across the board Chicago dialect
What?
thing?
That, pluralizing?
Yeah.
Really?
What do you do today? I don't know. Probably I had a hot dogs, and then after that, I'm probably gonna go see the Cub. Probably go to the Cub game.
They changed that to they get
Yeah,
rid of
everything.
S's. They
Yeah.
add S's and get rid of
They'll
S's.
take S's away and add S's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Single eyes?
All right.
Single eyes.
You guys want hot dog? You guys want? Oh, you guys, you want hot dog?
One that we share?
right.
We all share one?
Dear Dan and Roar. Now that fucking settles it.
Wow.
It's in print.
And that's why he wanted you to read it.
Ooh.
It goes your way. Don't worry.
I've never liked Daniel.
It's about to go your way.
Dear Dan and Roar, I respect the order of names in letter, even though Rory is my absolute favorite comedian
Yes!
in this world. You know
Yes!
what? That's a point of preference.
Keep reading.
This is how
You
the
read.
show should be done.
You were hired to read.
So what that proves is he likes you, which is fine, right? Because you're a lazy comic.
But he respects you. I get it.
Get it.
I know what you're saying. Hey, I've heard it before.
So have I. I respect the order of names in letter, even though Rory is my absolute favorite comedian in this world and
hear it twice.
metaverse. But
Yeah.
Dan, yell like that.
Dan, hyphen yell.
Danielle.
Because I don't know how to spell Daniel. Because sometimes it spells Daniel or Danielle.
Yeah.
But
wait, Danielle. Yeah, Danielle.
But also, my whole life I've been told like, let's bring it down. So Danielle is great. And if I was gonna be a DJ, maybe I would.
Oh, Danielle is hot as a DJ.
Danielle.
But his air horn is horrific.
It's not good. And it's the timing.
He has a weird letter in the front. What letter do you put in front?
M.
He puts an M in the front of an air horn.
This is a whole other deal.
Okay, sorry.
Let me hear it. You haven't even broached it.
Let me hear it.
He doesn't even know about this bit yet.
Okay.
Let me hear it.
Okay.
Well, okay, but then you have to do yours.
All right.
Okay. So the thing is, it only is one sound, and we can get to this motherfucker in a second on that. It's only one sound. All of us hear it. All of us do it wildly differently.
Yeah.
So I think it's meow, 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 meow. Rory wants to hate it, but he knows it was pretty good. Rory?
The timing
It sounds like you're hyping mayo.
Ready?
What do you want on this sandwich? Mayo,
hey. Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip.
DJ Mayo.
Okay. I don't even know if I can do it.
Yep, you can do it.
Wow. What is that?
Fuck, I'm going to lose
sound
favorite
is that?
comedian status in real time.
Rory, I'm going to give you one more. I know that was your heart, but I want to give you another chance.
Okay.
So, I'll do it. And then, Cipha, you're going to do it. And then Rory's going to go again.
Maybe I also think it's him.
Okay, ready? Meow, 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 meow. Now, hold on. Cipha.
Mine?
Yes. Okay.
And you were mad at mine?
See?
You just said pepper burn.
Roar.
So much pressure.
Dude, when I do this on stage and I do that, I go, I just got so much anxiety.
He's trying to...
I'm trying to avoid the M.
He's not...
I think I'm M. I think I
go with it. Go with it.
Meow.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think I go M.
Melissa, would you like to give it a shot?
Try to not do an M and see how impossible it is.
I don't do an M.
Oh, okay.
I go pew 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 pew
That's like comic book style.
P or D.
Yeah.
That's like
P or D.
comic book
Very
style.
Batman, old school Batman.
That's like the
Kapow!
oral written comic book style.
Right.
I'm going to finish this.
Okay, sorry.
Go for it.
But Danielle is becoming a great friend. Nothing about my comedy. Love, the Cipha. Dude, that is really sweet. And then you
You
gave
didn't
us...
read the PS.
Oh, there's a PS?
There's a PS.
Postscript.
PS. This is a gift to fix your horrible sneaker game. Well, not mine.
No.
Why are they both for him? Oh, no. One's
Well, it's
addressed to
one
me.
each, but I didn't want to be a dick. But this guy, don't meet your heroes, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll tell you what.
When I met Rory Scovel for the first time, he had on sneakers I think were Speedos.
Yeah, that's what I wear.
Speedo sneakers.
Speedo sneakers. They were $15.
I can't love you and hate you this much.
That's what I bring to people. I go, hey, let's have
thing
balance. Let's have balance in our relationship.
I'm going to get him a pair of like Maxes or Air Force Ones, and they're going to be crazy colors that he's going to love.
He's an Air Max guy.
Yeah, but he's going to love.
I've always thought that about myself.
Okay, there you go. Card, so you can see the love, and you can have your gift card.
Oh, there's a string.
Real quickly, because I do want. I mean, I guess we already are in.
Okay, go.
We're
in.
already in.
Favorite part of this? This card could be anywhere from $25 to $500.
I'll let you figure out.
You figure it out when you go to that checkout counter. And they go, sir, we need more cash up on this table.
We can't go without, at least we have to acknowledge, the air horn is you.
I am credited for breaking the air horn into mainstream media.
Is that insane?
Yeah, it's great. Look it up. Google it.
That is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
You bring that up at the hotel when you go, who am I? Who am I?
Well, and
I am.
then, so get this. The night that I find out this, first of all, gracious enough to have me on his show at the Cellar and hooked me up with the Stand, which was one of those things they're like, we wanted to have you here forever. And I was like, why didn't you?
Yeah, it was just
I know. My Gmail could not be more guessable.
They're like, good things.
Everyone's if you honestly
Little
would
Danny,
I think I'm
Hub
gonna
City
email
boy.
Brad Pitt. There's a good chance it's Brad Pitt at gmail.com.
And then he's like, I'm just a huge fan. I always wanted to have you here. I'm so glad Cipha hooked it up. I'm like, I am too. But also, you're one of the best clubs in the city.
Yeah.
Just hit me.
Just hit me.
Yeah, I will do this.
So the same night that happens, we also go to one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. And
Where?
I'm going back there when I'm in New York.
Miss Lily's.
Miss Lily's
that?
Jamaican food.
Oh
Okay.
my
Yeah.
God, dude.
So
It's
good.
unreal.
Yeah.
We also had a bit of the treatment. So
Yeah,
just in terms of like we got your tape, like it was very you know
cozy. It's cozy.
Yeah. And I'm remiss.
I'm very famous in New York.
Who was with us?
My friend Max Glazer.
Max. Oh fuck!
Okay.
That was going to be my guest too. I was like, if you fuck this up, it was Max.
Glazer.
Awesome, dude. Great.
Yeah.
Hearing these two tell stories, and then I find out the fucking air horn thing from him after we do the show at the Cellar, and then this person who was at the Cellar, we met this girl at this bar. She works for iTunes, like in their fucking programming and design, and I got to step back and watch this guy be like, okay, here's what we need. And he ran this woman through the course of how to fix iTunes for DJs.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
iTunes got to get fixed.
iTunes, it doesn't even exist anymore.
It doesn't
Right,
make.
yeah,
I don't like when someone goes because I use Tidal now. I was using Spotify, but then I was like, they're not. They got rid of all my stuff. So I was like, I'm going to another service. But anytime I've tried to use Apple, I'm like, I think this is what Steve Jobs did. I think Steve Jobs was a good liaison between the computer programmers and people who don't know fucking shit about computers, which is me. And I think he went, great idea, guys, but we gotta switch it to this because these people here don't know what the fuck
Well,
you're
when they
talking
changed
about.
it to music from iTunes, I guess the entire DJ community got fucked.
Well, it was after he passed away.
Yeah.
I think they were like, now we can do it the way we want. I think
some
they learned
way-
like, oh, he was right.
Right? It was
no,
some
no.
way that they did it. Just
Yeah,
made
it's,
it like.
it's impossible to read it now for DJing. Everybody else, it's Apple Music is fine for streaming.
Yeah.
But for MP3s,
Not
what
for
we
me.
need it for? No, not for you.
I'm just a regular dude. I still can't do it.
All right, you ready?
I still have no. I like if I can put it in. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to this song. I'm like, I guess I don't know how to get to this song or this. Yeah.
We've had this one for a while. I love this. People think like, oh, I sent that in 6 months ago. It could still show up.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like this one was. Oh no, I know when this was. Okay, my dearest pen pals, and then they wrote it out. D. Van Kirk and R. Scovel. No one is named first. You are loved equally. But if you kind of look at it, you hit a D before you hit anything else.
You
Yeah,
see
but you
the D
complete
first.
my name sort of all in one line.
Right.
The other's more work. You got to go line.
But
for
isn't it more
line to
powerful
get
when a
that.
name goes vertical?
It's
Like
like
they
a cross.
really want.
Is this
you to-
religious?
Yeah, it's like a cross.
It does kind of feel like I'm going to solve a puzzle, right?
It does. This.
is
Wait,
a
did a
lot.
serial
This is
killer send us
interesting.
this?
Yeah.
Hotness.
Hi, I'm
I
the
don't know.
Zodiac Killer. Here's what's been bugging me about the weather in San Fran.
Hotness.
The son of Zodiac.
Kids these days don't even go to the beach. Just two. I'm looking for a couple.
I
Just
want to
hanging
murder
out.
people, but no one's going outside anymore.
Hotness, 7.9 and 8.8 scale. We think you're both a 10. So this must have been back when we were very honest about what we thought our scores
Wait, these
were.
are these are
It
two
says
people.
hotness 7.9 and 8.8. We think you're both a 10.
Okay.
So them and whoever they listen to the show with, or maybe everybody.
I still feel like those are good numbers we give ourselves. I still feel a little arrogant about that.
Oh, I feel like it's right on.
You know,
I would give you a higher than a 7.8.
You said
Thank
7.9?
I think I was like, in
7.9.
terms of something
I would
where
give you higher.
are you attractive? I go, I'm just below an 8.
He's
I
humble.
wouldn't take
But
anything.
I think that's accurate.
I wouldn't take anything less than an 8.3 for you.
8.3.
Thank you.
Anything, I wouldn't take anything less. You could go higher, but I would go. You're not going below 8.3 on this guy.
He's a good looking guy.
Okay.
You guys mean that?
Yes.
Now think about my tennis shoes.
No.
Sorry,
it's
sneakers.
It's not.
My runnies, my trainers,
my boat
definitely not-
boat platforms. my swims.
my hard socks.
Definitely not gear wise.
My hard socks. Okay.
What do you guys think about my hard socks game?
We both think you're a 10. 10? 10. 10?
10.
10?
10.
You just got to say it. They're good.
10.
Okay.
10?
10.
10.
Hashtag views on nudes. Hashtag palpitenge. Hashtag we're going to get sued.
Okay.
Given to DVK at the Worcester show. So now we know when this was. Here we go. How do you guys feel about heteronormative societal roles?
Okay.
Do you expect a female partner to do traditional lady tasks when living together? I'm a huge fan of bucking those norms, but even men in my life who'd consider themselves to be feminists seem stuck in the tropes of Mad Men era standards. AKA drinking a lot. I inserted that. Grocery shopping, cooking, pet care, etc. Thanks, fellas. Love all that you do. Your paler, Suzy. And then also, look, we got these stickers included. I'll pass these along. That one says night farts.
Oh, night farts.
And
That's
then
for
this
you.
one, it looks like dresses, and it's labia.
I like this one.
And then Rory already peeked a peek at these, and he absolutely loves it.
I think this one's amazing.
It's somebody seeing. Is it if the dick fits?
Yep. Someone
If
just
the
putting a
dick
glass
fits.
slipper on a dick.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
nice.
it looks like the person's wearing a skirt right? Too. So it's
Yeah.
like fuck gender
No,
norms.
it's jeans.
Speaking of the letter.
I just thought it was like
You
a
think?
glory hole
Kinda
type
looks like a-
situation.
It does look like a skirt, yeah, with a hole in it.
Yeah, like a maxi skirt.
Yeah. Okay.
Your
Lovely.
maxi. Your
I thought
maxi
it was just a
game's
curtain.
weak, Cipha.
My what?
Your maxi game, like maxi skirts and maxi dresses.
Oh, it's definitely weak.
Okay. What do you guys think? How do you feel about heteronormative societal norms? Do you expect
Okay,
a
you gonna
female
keep
partner to do traditional
this
lady tasks when living together?
I think it's I get it. I totally get it because there is still this generational thing that gets passed on as to people's own interpretation of what they bring to the couple or what the expectation is.
Because the two biggest strokes, right? And please correct me if I'm wrong. Also, if you're a listener and you want to correct anything we say here, especially me, you can write in. It might end up on a Patreon.
Yeah.
The two biggest strokes are men provide, women serve.
Yeah.
That would be the two biggest, hopefully antiquated, gender norm roles.
You're talking about and us having some base platform and where it comes from. Yeah.
that the men
yeah,
provide
yeah. Yeah,
and the
yeah.
women serve.
Yeah.
This goes all the way back to tribal. The men go and hunt and provide the meat. The
Yeah.
women cook and then serve that meat.
Right. The serve is what throws a lot of women off.
I agree.
The word submit, serve,
Agree.
it's all becoming like language
Oh, when
now.
you go to a wedding and someone still reads that verse, where they're like, and the woman shall submit to
Yeah.
the man, and you're like, you guys
you gotta
come on.
update this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. The language
And then they're
is
like,
what's
they
off.
wrote these vows.
And you're like, and then you know what? You go, no, then you go, good on you guys for having a good sub-dom role
shit.
that you're into.
Shit. And she's just like nodding.
Yeah.
I don't want to get married.
But if that's what they're into,
Right,
because
right,
like some
right.
people shame people for wanting to live a traditional life.
There-
If you like tradition,
Listen, I
do
had this.
tradition.
Listen, I had this conversation that there are still some women who feel embarrassed or ashamed, and I'm only saying this of the people I know.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're going fuck that, then that's how you feel. It's true. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
that. That they're like, I feel embarrassed or ashamed to say, I just want to be a
I
housewife,
just want to be a housewife.
right?
Joke I used to always do is my goal in life was to be a stay-at-home dad without kids.
a house
all I
husband.
ever
Awesome.
wanted.
A house
I mean,
husband.
that's what a comedian is,
That's
somewhat.
what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go out for an hour at night.
So wait, how do you guys feel about it? Normative societal roles. Do you expect a female partner to do traditional lady tasks? You were on a roll. Let's see what you were saying.
I don't expect it at all. I come from a place of do the thing that you want to do. I just think you have to have in a relationship contribution. So you've got to like do something.
Every day
You've
when
gotta,
you go home,
there's a house to maintain. I watch my dad run a house, like also contribute to running a house. There was no point where my dad didn't like wash the dishes or do the laundry or do things that, you know, traditionally some going back a few generations might be like, you're the man. Why are you doing those things? My dad, there wasn't even a part of that. My dad was like, I want the house clean.
Yeah.
So I do the things to like, clean the house. So I come up in that where I just go, hey, if I love cooking or if I'm good at cooking, then I want to like do the cooking. But if I look at my partner, whoever that might be, and I go, you know, you don't really do shit. I look at it like almost a roommate situation where you're like,
That's
hey,
my
I'm
thing.
not saying one of
Divvied.
us has to do it, but
Divvied.
if you're not doing anything, forget the gender norm. Just contribute and be a part of the fact that we're building a home together.
pre-child, dishes in the sink. None of them are yours. Do you still do them?
I mean, I would be,
Pre-child.
I would be upset, but I'd be like, all right. I'll
To me,
fucking
that
do it."
needs to be clearly defined.
Yeah.
Like I do the dishes,
Yeah.
they do the whatever. So then I don't care whose are in there. I don't care how much are mine.
Yeah.
If that's my deal.
Yeah.
If you don't have clearly defined roles and tasks, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, I always take care of this and you take care of the laundry, whatever it is.
Yes.
Then I'm all about just divvying.
Yeah.
Like the thing I was going to ask you, when you go home, do you don't have an expectation of, well, dinner's going to be ready. It's every day is a either joint effort or a soul effort. Like I got
my
mine,
wife.
you do.
My wife loves to cook, and I gotta say,
So do
if
you.
you find yourself, I don't, but if you find yourself in that relationship where one person in the relationship really fucking loves cooking, that is such an awesome, lucky place to be, because that is the core heartbeat of your whole life. Is we gotta eat.
Yeah.
We gotta have
Gotta
like
eat.
food. And if someone's like, I like making it, but I come from a place of, you know, let's just go get food. Let's just not be assholes and only get fun food all the time. We got to be healthy.
Right.
But I don't mind going out and getting food. But there's no part of me that would ever have any expectation that my wife is supposed to do something in our household because she is a woman.
I think in one of the
Right.
Enneagram episodes, you were like, I just eat whatever is made. I
Yeah.
don't even care. I don't
Yeah.
ask. If you're like, well, I made
Are
this.
you
right?
asked?
I don't. I mean, there'll be
Did she
times
ask what you want
oh,
for dinner
yeah,
tonight?
But I'm bad at if she goes, where should we go get dinner? I'm still like, I don't know. Like when I go to a restaurant, if someone in our group, if the three of us went to a restaurant and you go, I want to order for the table. I couldn't even tell you the
Good.
relief. I like a weight just lifts off me. I close the menu and I go, I don't even want to know what the options are.
I do the same
Whatever comes out,
At
that's
Moon
what
Tower,
I'm gonna eat.
when we went to Cooper's, you were so happy when we went to the barbecue place, and I was like, just order this, and that.
Yeah.
And you're like,
That
okay.
helps.
But
Yeah.
then you know what I did? I didn't order anything. I sat down. I just ate what he didn't eat.
And you loved it.
You scrapped
And it was the best. I scrapped.
He scrapped you.
What about
And
you?
it was fucking delicious.
The gender roles, all that stuff. There is a part of me that believes there are some, natural roles
Inclinations.
of I'm talking about like prehistoric roles.
Instinctual
Yes.
things.
There is
Sure.
some of that
Sure.
where, like, yes, men are probably more equipped to go hunting. Not to say women can't go do it,
Sure.
if need be. So if that's the case, just those things, I apply them. But then other than that, it's whatever you want to do. And running a house is running a business.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have your roles. I'm better at, light bulb changing and.
So you're not doing a lot.
I don't do. I got the ones that last.
How often
you know,
do
the
these light bulbs
fluorescents. You know the fluorescents that last way longer now. I'm
Yeah,
killing
I got the
it.
Edisons, dude. These things last 4 years. We're good.
You're like, I'm sorry, your technology hasn't caught up to ease your life. We agreed. I'm on light
I'm
bulbs.
doing great. I am doing great.
But like I'll like there's some dishes in the sink. There's a rule in my house. I can't be dishes overnight. Right?
Ooh, I
Dishes
like that
overnight.
rule.
It's
So
not good. It's not good.
No, yeah.
what, dishes overnight?
It's not good.
I did it as a kid, but now
Yeah,
as
but then
I'm
you got
older,
ants, and you're
yeah,
like,
it's
oh, we
gross.
could have prevented this.
But I'll throw 3 dishes in the dishwasher. I'll throw them in there.
yeah.
It's like this. What this machine? I never had a dishwasher.
I've
Yeah,
never in my
same,
life
same.
lived
This
with
is
a
my
dishwasher.
first dishwasher.
Same.
You're
So
ahead
I'm
of me.
like,
I've still never
use
gotten
it.
there.
Use it. Like, no,
Yeah.
not just for 3 dishes. Why not?
Yeah.
But, as far as roles, there's got to be a conversation and whatever the role the person wants to fulfill. Or sometimes things fall natural. I've gotten handy in the last year.
Sure.
Pandemic made me a little, I Googled how to use tools. I didn't have a dad growing up.
Mm-hmm.
My mom wasn't on power tools, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Why not?
She was at FedEx. She did another manly job. She delivered packages in the big FedEx truck.
Yeah.
The Grumman.
The Grumman.
The Grumman, not no little van. She was in the...
But I think
There's also something about like picture just like way back like 1800s. If you're married and you're like we're gonna have kids, you're gonna look at your situation. My wife and I did this still when we had our kid. You're gonna look at the situation and go, all right, you're having the baby. There's no we can't change that.
Yeah,
you're
right.
having the baby,
Right.
and then when we do have the baby, like what should I be doing? And it almost naturally falls into, well, I'm gonna keep going to work
Yeah.
because it's not like I don't say that as someone goes, the men should work. I fucking love not working.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
But in the situation where I had a job, the moment I got a job, I told my wife, if you don't like the job you're doing, fucking quit it.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying quit it and then like sit at home, which I know that she's not like that. But I'm like,
Right.
go get a job where now it's fun and the pay is not the thing that totally matters because now I got a job. We don't need we don't have to both be doing it. So let's do what we like doing so we have a better life. And then so naturally when we decided to have a kid, it was like I go on the road and do stand up. If I stop doing that, we don't have income. So almost naturally we fell into not even something that I think is in this sense traditional, something that's just practical. I think at some points there was a practicality to it. And then as society grew and we understood that we didn't need to like live in these same norms,
Right.
you realize when you go, like when you meet someone who goes, a woman's place is in the kitchen. It's like, so when you see someone, do you assume that person represents all the people that fit into their gender, into their color, into their religion, into their nationality? Or do you go, hey, we're all individuals? Because sometimes a woman is like, why? I crush it in the boardroom. And you
Also,
go,
she's-
yeah, then you should
what
be
if
in the
she's
fucking
like-
boardroom.
What if she's like, I'm a horrible cook?
Yes.
You hate all my
Yes,
food.
exactly.
You hate the taste of all my food.
Yes.
Why do I belong in there?
Yeah.
Right.
Get out
And
of
if
here.
there was a point when a guy, you're talking about the 1800s, dude comes up on a horse, is drenched in sweat, and he's bleeding, and there's no union. That's just how work is. And he walks inside. If she's like, I haven't even started to think about dinner. It's not, hey, that's your job.
Right.
It's, hey, okay. Then that was not a time when people went, that's totally fine. I'll get dinner. Like that just wasn't the dynamic.
I think, at least for me, a clearer way to ask this question is, do you have anything in your life, and we've already spoken to this, but I just think a way of looking at it is, do you have anything in your life where you think, well, I don't do that, that's women's work, or that's what a woman does,
No.
or I should do
Zero.
it because I'm a zero.
Zero.
Too.
No, but birth.
Well,
birth.
No,
You say you're pregnant or we're pregnant or she's pregnant.
I go, she's pregnant.
She's pregnant.
Yes.
You don't do we pregnant.
If I said we're pregnant, my wife would look at me and go, oh, are we?
Yeah, exactly.
Are we?
What
And I
do
would
you
go,
say?
well,
Right.
we're not.
I would say
We are having a baby, but only
Yes.
one of us is going to
Thank
have
you.
the baby.
I like you guys.
I've never had to think about it at all.
Yeah.
Just having been posed the question, I would probably go, she's pregnant. We're both trying to make it go as good as possible.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
there is, and I don't know if it's because being raised by a single mom, where it was like everybody in this house has to help out to get this shit done, and also seeing her do a lot of the things that I guess traditionally would be like, well, I'm the man, so I'm gonna go buy us the car, right? No, Diane had to go fucking buy the car, right?
Yeah.
And they tried to fuck her over. Like prominent people in one of our local churches tried to fuck my mom over big time because they saw her coming a mile fucking away. And
Name
even
names, dude. Fucking name names.
yeah.
I would right now. It's
Yeah.
Methodist
Yeah.
Church,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
can't remember his name right now, but if I
He's
did, I would
prominent.
say
How
it.
prominent was he if you don't remember his name?
It's been
Well, his name was
years.
it was Jason Prominent.
Oh, is it Priest of Prominent?
God, I wish I could.
Prominent
remember his name.
Automotive.
I would say it. I remember being like 14, and I was so fucking pissed off.
Really?
Right? I remember one time my mom and I, forgive me if I've ever told this story, we were like 10 years old at this seafood restaurant in Wisconsin, and we hadn't been served in like an hour.
Best seafood comes
And
from.
I went and walked. Well, I mean, if you get in that lake trout, I went and walked up to the manager at 10 and was
Yeah.
like, we've been sitting here for a long time and nobody's brought our food. And the guy was like, I've never been yelled at by a 10-year-old. And maybe I'm looking back, or maybe I felt it then, but I was like, he treated me with more respect, even as just being a male, than he did my
Than your
mom.
mom.
Yes.
And so, like, that stuff pissed me off so much growing up.
Yes.
That there's nothing that I'm like, well, a woman has to do that, or a man should do this. I just believe we have to, like, both get it done. Like,
contribute.
there's certain things. The house should never smell. So if it smells, figure it out. Get
Yeah.
it. No one, and somebody else shouldn't show up 2 hours later and go, what the fuck's that smell? I'm like, I don't know. Like, come on.
Nah, you
Or
can't
like,
smell. I do smell checks.
or
I
yeah.
ask other people, does my house smell?
Candles,
Because you know it's
incense.
your house. So you
Yeah.
don't
What are you
doing?
smell it
Incense?
anymore.
Right, yeah. 'Cause
Incense,
it's like-
candles,
do
Glade
candles.
plugins. What are you
I
doing?
do. I got
Big
some
time candles.
plugins,
Yeah.
not the Glade ones.
Yeah,
the,
Myers,
yeah.
some
the
Myers
Bed Bath
spray.
and Beyond.
Okay, yeah,
Bed
yeah.
Bath
Yeah.
and Beyond plugins, and then it smells clean.
Yeah, you want that.
It smells lemony, piney.
But I remember
We do a
having
lot
friends,
of candles.
and
We do
like,
some
tea.
incense bombs.
they'd be like, all right, let's go outside, and like they'd leave the dishes on the coffee table, right? And I would go, oh, should we run this? Like, no, my mom gets that shit, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just anything where if you say to yourself, oh, dads do that, or men do that, or moms do that, or women do that, then you're living in you are.
I'm not
living
gonna
in a
lie.
gender
If I lived it, if my current situation, if I was ever doing something and like started to vacuum, if my wife was like, oh no, I'll do that, I would be so weirded out by that.
Yeah,
It would actually
really.
damage our relationship.
Yeah.
I would be
I-
like, what?
You,
I'd be like,
you
honestly, I'd
posing,
be insulted. I'd be like, I can fucking vacuum.
Yeah.
no, you posing a hypothetical genuinely made me think like we should go to like a neurologist. Like I'm worried about you. Like if you're
Oh, my God.
doing weird Stepford man or woman things.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like if a guy was like, I hold the hammer, I'm the man. I'd be like,
Yeah.
we got to. I think we need to go to a
yeah,
doctor.
we need
There's
to
something's not right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not communicating well.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I look at my marriage and my situation with zero gender norms of anything. I just know that I know how to go tell jokes and get paid to do it.
Yeah.
And so I go, well, I should keep doing that because it's a fun job, but right now people are going to keep paying me to do it, so I should keep doing it. And then I just kind of bring the money home. Like when my wife talks about our home we've purchased or taxes and stuff, I'm like, I am good at telling a joke and someone giving me money for it.
Right.
I couldn't tell you where that money needs to go or how it needs to be handled because I don't know shit.
Are you sure? Because that's man's work.
I don't. And that's why I'm sitting here telling you
So
guys
all
I'm
goes
a
in
boy.
one jar?
I am a boy.
It goes in one pot.
We have a couple jars.
Okay.
And we just leave them out on the counter.
Oh, actual
It's weird
jars.
when you go there. It's really weird. The last thing I'll
money.
say before I wrap this up, to flip all that, and I think you touched on it, or one of you guys did, is, but also like, if you have a person in your life who wants to fulfill a norm, whether that be male or female tended to be assigned at all, great on you. If somebody's like, well, no, she loves to vacuum. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I do get a satisfaction out of doing the dishes.
Same.
It feels like this is done.
I just
clean.
kinda
I
like
wipe that
cleaning.
fucking sink down when I'm
like
done.
cleaning.
Oh, I love cleaning off a table. You get
Yeah.
that little damp washcloth, you clean on, do a little spray.
Little music on.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Great.
So, like, whatever you
my-
and your partner fall into,
Yeah.
that both people are respected and enjoying the partnership that you have, great.
In college,
Congrats.
we would be the pre-going out hang would be our apartment, and on Fridays after class, me and my roommate Jack Mary, who we were also dishwashers and bussers at this pizza place.
Yeah.
But we would come home and he would throw music on, and we would start, wiping the whole place down, cleaning it up, because we're like people are
risky
coming. I got
business
candles lit
with the button-up shirt and just cleaning around.
People are coming over for the pre-hang, and when they're coming in, they're like, "Wow, you guys like." People will walk and be like, "Oh, you're a bunch of dudes that
good
live
does
in a
that
college
feel?
apartment. Your place is
How
clean,"
good
and we would
does
be like,
that
"Yeah,
feel?
we're not fucking animals."
You're experiencing it now when people come in and see the new kitchen. And they're like, whoa,
Yeah.
guys. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it looks nice, right? Like,
Yeah.
we keep it nice. Okay, this was great. Thanks so much for sending this in. We wish you well. Sincerely, your pen pals, Daniel Van Kirk.
Rory Van Scovel.
And Cipha Sounds.
And we're back. Your Chicago Bulls.
6'6" from North. I've referenced this probably a dozen times in the course of the years of doing this, and I wonder how many people have never.
Way more than a dozen.
Really?
Yeah, we find ourselves there a lot.
Okay.
No, go on. I'm saying it's way more
I
than
just
a
wonder
dozen.
how many people have ever gone to like check it out.
Oh, to hear the
The
intro?
old 90s intro for the Bulls.
Yeah.
From North.
It's so
I know,
serious.
and I hate sports.
You hate them?
No, I hate sports.
All
I don't-
sports.
I don't participate in any sports.
Even
of any
highlights.
kind.
You don't like highlights.
Zach Morris. Zach Morris, timeout.
Time out.
Send that letter in.
Send a
About
letter that I
hating
hate
sports?
sports.
Yes. I want to hear
Okay.
your platform, and I have deep-rooted opinions.
He goes, I
on
did
that
send it
attitude.
in anonymously, and you
Yeah,
guys
you
ripped
see,
me
I'm
apart.
waiting for you to get to it. I'm only here to
To
rummage through
see
your.
if it just happens to come
I
up.
want to rummage through your mail bin and find my letter.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good
That's
luck.
a deep mail bin.
Yeah.
Quick plugs. Daniel and I, we've said this before, but Come and Take It Festival, Houston, Texas. November. What are the dates? What is it? November
18th,
something?
19th,
It's like
20th.
right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Look it up.
the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, look it up. Come out there. We're gonna be doing a live pen pals. We're also both doing stand up, and come and check that out. That's what I've got.
That kind of covers my plugs right now. I don't talk about this enough. I do have my own Patreon where I do shows and perks. You can hang out with me pre-shows. I will probably be doing some form of that over the weekend of Come and Take It. It's only going to happen once, so if it's on Friday and you came on Saturday, sorry. But I do a weekly show called Scratching the Surface. If you've ever seen me on Instagram, do scratchers in order to promote shows. Well, I do one where I do a scratcher and just talk about a topic, not a letter. That's where this is, but a topic. That's at patreon.com/Daniel Van Kirk. Nothing else I can really think of right now. If you love this, you'll probably love Dumb People Town if you've never heard it. All right.
Can I do some plugs?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Listen, I got a podcast called Talk Clearlier with my friend Will Silva. It's very funny.
Oh yeah.
One day, if you're ever in town, you guys should do it.
Love it.
Talk Clearlier, clearly, and then ER, lazy ER. And then the first hip hop podcast ever. It's called the Juan Ep Podcast. Me and my friend Peter Rosenberg, we relaunched it. Now it's called Juan Ep is Life. First hip hop podcast ever. You hear me?
You're always on
Yeah.
that.
Ever.
I know. I learned
Ever.
these things about
07 we started that shit.
Yeah.
We were pioneers. We haven't hit that bag of money that a lot of these other hip hop podcasts have
Oh, wait
gotten.
till you get to our level.
We were
Wait
too
till you
early.
get to our level, dude. We were rolling it.
Killing it, right?
We don't even have commercials.
I wear Speedo tennis shoes.
and then look, follow me on Instagram and all that good stuff at Cipha Sounds. I'm on the road with Mo Ammer. You know Mo Ammer?
Yeah, Mo's great.
Comedian. So
Houston.
November we're in Richmond and DC Improv, Levity Live for Thanksgiving, Chicago, Comedy Cellar. Oh, Comedy Cellar, duh. I'm always at the Comedy Cellar.
You're always at the.
Yeah,
well,
just
say
follow
that.
me.
Plug
All my
that
di-
show.
Oh,
The
yeah, I
people
do a
in
show
Manhattan.
every Wednesday at the Comedy Cellar, the Fat Black Pussycat. I do a show called The Chemistry Set. It's very fun.
Love
we do
it.
stand-up and then we chat.
Oh, I love
It's
that.
so
about
much
it
fun.
or just a chat about
anything that they
Could be
want to
about
come
it.
with, people
Yeah,
they've talked to earlier.
Crowd work, callbacks,
so much fun.
tags,
Oh, I
new
love
shit.
that.
You,
Dude,
it's
it's
made
really
for
fun.
you.
I love shit like
Yeah.
that.
I loved getting to do it.
Just follow me. Everything's on there, please.
Just
Hey,
follow
please
him.
follow me.
Where?
Please.
Say it again
Problem.
one more time. Where?
At Cipha Sounds, Cipha. Someone wrote it here, right? Is it written?
No.
Yeah, it's written right. Well, it should be.
Oh,
it's
it
in
might
the
be
description.
Audio. Cipha Sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I have recently found out I give unsolicited advice. From my perspective, I thought I was sharing knowledge, but in reality, it was coming across as slightly arrogant.
Love this.
Bummer, but never too late to change. Has anyone ever brought to your attention something you do conversationally that is annoying or ignorant? Joel. P.S. I started calling hot dogs glizzies recently. I could not be happier about it.
What is that?
P.P.S. This is sketchbook paper, but if you put it on a table with no wind, it would also be stationary.
With no what?
With no wind, it would be
No wind.
stationary.
Oh.
A little bit, doing a little callback
right.
bit.
Okay. We got the jokes up here, buddy.
I don't know that I give advice, but I got to assume. The other day I got a little too drunk and I just kept talking, and I texted my friends, and I was like, hey, sorry, I drank a little too much, and they're like, no, it's fine, and I go, but you know what? When I'm drunk, I think, oh, I should keep talking. But also, I know I shouldn't keep talking. Yeah. I was like, but yet I just keep talking because I'm having too much fun. And they were like, no, it's fine.
Are they comics?
No.
Okay, yeah, then you talk too much.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
If it weren't
I know
comics, you talk too much.
But if they were comics,
It's
they wouldn't have let you talk too much
because
they
talking.
would jump in.
Yeah. Because we'd all be talking.
Bro, I love talking to comics, but also nothing gets talked about. It's like,
Yeah.
rah, 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 rah,
Yeah,
rah,
sure.
everything.
Sure.
But yeah,
So
do you think, just specific off this one, do you think you give unwarranted advice?
that one
unsolicited?
hit a nerve with me. Sorry, did I jump in on you?
No, I want you.
It's your show. You
I
go
want
first.
you. I want you.
Okay. That one hit a nerve with me because I get that a lot.
Yeah.
And because I love unsolicited advice.
You
I
do.
Love,
Okay.
I love notes. It takes that 1 second to go.
From somebody you respect and trust. You don't want
I'll
somebody
take a
coming up
note.
to you after a show.
I'll take a note from anybody.
I'm kind of like that.
I'll take a note from anybody because listen, it takes a second to go.
You're taking notes in
Are
the
you
merch line.
insulting me? Like it's
Right.
you
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
switch it. There's a nugget in there.
Yeah.
There's a nugget, something you could.
I've been
use.
given tags by an audience member just leaving, and they're like, "You won't use that." And I'm like, "Oh, I will.
Oh, yeah,
I'll use it in
definitely
30 minutes. I'll
I've
use
done
it when
that
I
too.
go back
Yeah,
up."
yeah. I love telling a fan, "I'm going to steal that from you."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, that's really nice." I'm like, "No, I own that." Now.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
mine.
told you.
Oh yeah, I go.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I say it. Listen to me. I'm taking that.
Yes.
I'm using.
And you
it.
know what's so funny to them? They're like, "Okay," but we know that
We
with
know.
comics, you gotta
You
say
have
like,
to say
"It
it.
is
Yeah,
mine."
yeah.
So a regular,
mine now.
normal civilian is like, "Calm down.
Yeah.
I'm not going on stage."
They
You
don't
can
know
have
You know
it."
what I hate comics do when they lie to you and go like, "Oh, I say that in my act," so that now they can act like they own it.
Yeah, but
I'm like,
also that
just-
you didn't give it to
Right.
them.
And I'm like,
Right.
just fucking tell me you want
Yeah,
it.
you
Yes.
want it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
already say that.
Yeah.
I already say something like that. Well, something like that or
Right,
that.
right.
I say that. I say
Yeah,
That's
that.
how like Rory and I have found stuff together on this show. We talk about this with Bronger. We have found stuff together on the show, and then be like, well, let's just both do it.
Yeah.
Same joke.
Yeah.
Oh, we thought about doing the same joke, writing a joke that's verbatim, and just let
'Cause we
people
both
come
love
up
the
and go,
bit.
"You know, Daniel is doing that." Joke.
you know what
And
I-
then being like, "What?
Do you know one I still think about?
What?"
I'm pretty sure this was one where we said we found ourselves talking about how pigeons just fucking walk around, not give it like they barely get out of. They'll miss a car by fucking inches, and they
Yeah.
look at you like, "What? You want me to fucking fly?" I think we stumbled on that together. We were both gonna like talk about the arrogance of pigeons.
Yeah, people are like, Daniel's
No,
doing a
you
bit
should
like
do.
that. What?
You should do one half of the joke. You should do the second half, and you only ever do the whole joke together.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
like Jay-Z and Kanye that
like
they
the
can't do
broken
N-words
heart
in Paris.
Yeah.
They won't do.
broken heart necklace
Yeah,
that
exactly.
comes
And you bring
together.
it together.
What's the song they won't do?
N-words in Paris.
They won't do it without
They're
each
not
other.
allowed to do it without each other, and they're not friends really anymore. So the song never gets performed.
I think Kenny Rogers would do Islands in the Stream without.
Do you think Kenny
Darling?
Rogers would do it with Jay-Z?
I'd pay for that. I mean, because he's dead. Hologram Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers has to do the N-word part.
Do you remember when I told you that story? And that dude was like, "You can say the N-word." This black guy, we were at a club. He's like, it was a song. I knew all the words, right?
Yeah.
And I kept stopping when we got to the N word.
As you do.
Yes. And then he's like, you can do it. And I was like, I
And
cannot.
you go, I don't think you understand.
And he's like, I'm giving you permission. I go, yes, to be fair, this is one of the coolest moments of my life. The fact that you just think you're okay, you're so okay.
Yeah.
That I go, but I never will. And he's like, oh, now you're making me mad. You won't. And I go, here's what's going to happen. I'm drunk, so I'm going to keep singing this, and then you're going to walk away. And somebody's going to look over and be like, this guy.
Yeah, what's this dude doing?
Wait, but what do you mean? Someone else is gonna hear you? Like you think
Just
all black
see
people
me
look
across
alike?
the club. Yeah, you go. Yeah. Okay.
And they go,
you
who
love-
signed off on you? Where'd he go?
Oh.
I swear to God, he was
This
just
should be a
standing here.
system. This should be a online system where you're
There's a screen like at the
signed
DMV.
off on
Like,
you?
oh, no, he's cleared. Look, he was moved over into the cleared.
Like
Oh,
when
you
I
ever
was
see-
boarding a plane.
No, you ever see Jumanji?
Yes.
You hit your thing and your credits come up.
Yeah.
You know, oh, Jamal gave him a pass in
Oh, he got a
96.
pass. He's allowed to use it 4 times.
He's got a 20-year pass.
20-year pass. It's coming up on expiry. That's why he's overdoing it, because it's about to expire.
Oh, never. Okay, you love unsolicited advice.
So I like getting it. So I think I also give it. My problem is I sometimes can't, and I'm pretty good at reading situations, reading the room. Sometimes I give it when someone's going through something and they just want to vent.
Yeah.
And they don't need the advice right now. And I'm like, nah, you got to go in there tomorrow and you got to just work extra, go early, tear shit up, and they're just like almost crying. They're like, I just wanted to.
Yeah,
Let
I just
it
wanted
out.
you
I
to
just wanna
know.
let it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I just wanna
Yeah, I
let it
always
out.
want to give the advice. So now I go, dude, you want me to say something?
Yeah.
You want my advice?
Yeah.
I got ideas.
It's sort of like a love language. Like you love,
love language.
giving that, and
Yes.
you also have a natural inclination to give it out
Yes.
yourself.
And
Yeah.
people love my advice.
Sure.
Normal, like
I think
they're
you have
like,
great
yo,
perspective.
I got an email from some kid. He goes, man, this is gonna be sad for a second.
Yeah,
he
go for
goes,
it.
You know the show.
he goes, man, I was an intern at the radio station. We had this program where we let an intern for 1 week.
Yeah.
This is in the early 2000s. He goes, man, I just wanted to tell you, I was about to kill myself. I was about to commit suicide. And working with you that 1 week, I got my life together. I joined the Marines. I own a trucking company now. And he goes, I felt weird telling you this, but you saved my life.
Wow.
And I was like, what? And all I did was tell him what I did as an intern.
Yeah,
I was an intern. I'm still an intern.
Mm-hmm.
If Funkmaster Flex calls me right now, I got to go get him a sandwich. I'm forever his intern.
Yeah.
So I go, listen, you're not always going to get paid. You got to do some free stuff and you'll meet connections and you'll get places. Keep doing it. Sorry. And then, but I've gotten other people saying that, like, oh, you helped me so much.
Yeah.
You saved me. But that one was like a real one. I started tearing up.
Oh my
course,
God! Of
man.
course,
Yeah.
that's extreme, man.
Crazy.
Man,
It's
when
a kid that
someone's
was like
"You did
hopeless.
this."
Yeah.
And
I mean, that
like,
was our very first teaser, right? Our very first teaser ever
think
was
so,
somebody
yeah,
saying
yeah,
they
yeah.
were going through that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
man.
I think about that person a lot
Yeah.
for being 4.5 years ago almost.
Right. Yeah.
But
So
that's
that-
great. You made that impact.
so
on
what if
somebody
I
with your
didn't give him advice?
Yeah.
Right.
It'd be a statistic.
But then if they want it, it's solicited, right? Does unwanted mean not wanted? Or I mean, not
Unsolicited means not requested.
Right.
Unsolicited,
But doesn't it
yeah.
feel solicited if they wanted it?
Well, this kid might not have wanted it. He needed
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
He
That's a
needed
great
it.
thing. I don't think I give unsolicited advice.
Here he goes. He's about to give it.
If I could tell you guys something though about how I think you guys could be better.
Here's how I thought you could have helped that kid better.
Semantics.
Rory is a trucking company.
I
He's
do.
doing great.
I think I do incline to want to give advice. I try to do a good job. Like, what are you looking for here? But one thing I think I do get called out on, and this is the nicest way of putting this, I interject a lot.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes I'm like, I can't.
It's hard.
I can't. The amount of times I have to go,
Similar.
like I'll interject and then be like, oh wait, never mind. You were saying something else.
Yeah,
I thought
same.
I knew the end of this thought, and I was.
That's growth. That's the maturity. Is
I don't know that I'm super good at it, but I have at least.
You're spotting it.
Noticed it.
That, which is we
Yeah.
all it gets made fun of, but that literally is the very first step.
Yeah.
of
That's a
like
big deal.
Yeah, of noticing it.
Oh, you know what? Actually, you were talking. Go ahead. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I do tend to really. Sometimes I get so excited.
Yeah.
About it's not even a like interrupt. That's why I didn't say interrupt, because I think
Yes.
interrupt to me means more like stop. But
Right.
interject is more like, oh, I want to run with this ball that you're running with too.
Yeah.
And you also don't want to lose the idea, so you want to throw it in right then.
Right.
So what do? Either you throw it in right then, or what do? You take out your phone and write it down. Then you're gonna look like you're not paying attention.
the other thing.
And I have
Sometimes
ADHD too. So if you're like telling a story and you're going for 5 minutes, but at minute 2, I thought of something that really works or fits there, or is even helpful to you. I'm like, if I'm gonna forget, and then literally,
I'm not listening.
And the thing is, then if I go, you know what, I should be listening. The moment I go back to listening, and I go, I was gonna say something, and I fucking have no. I'll lose it instantly.
And then I feel bad.
I'm too ADHD.
Then I feel bad because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do the respectful thing and hold on to this, but it doesn't matter what they're saying right now.
I know.
Sometimes,
and then you're missing other moments.
If I'm comfortable enough in the relationship or the friendship, I will say, I have something to say, but I don't want to stop you. Just will you remind me, like tambourine?
Yeah, and now you're giving them work to do, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah, they're pouring their heart out. Now they also have a
not
task.
in that scenario, not in a big sad thing. Then I just, you know what?
Then that would be
Here's the sad. No,
hilarious.
Cipha, you know, here's the sad part.
I can't deal with it. What? Remind you of what?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Sorry,
the sad
but what did you want
part
me to
is?
remind you of?
In that scenario, I would go, hold on to it. And so then out of respect that they are in that, if they're opening up their heart, I've stopped listening because I don't want to forget it, but I also can't interrupt them to go help me remember this. Yeah. And then you can't write it down because imagine that. You're opening your heart and you're like, are you writing a fucking grocery list?
Here's a question. Do you think that's how it's always been? Like if we, and I know we already referenced going back to the 1800s, but let's say if you went back there.
Yeah.
Are 2 people talking and that's still a thing, or is it all the chemicals and the screens and have our brains gotten to a place where there's too much?
Do you think it's not for anybody else but maybe us?
That's what I'm wondering too.
Just in any time?
Yeah.
There were people that were us and then people who were better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it just always how it is?
It's probably gotten worse, right? Because everything in our life now is instant.
Like a cowboy is threatening someone and he goes, yeah, hold on. I gotta remind me after you're done with this threat. I know you're gonna try to shoot that guy. Right. I want to tell you something after you shoot him. Remind me, I have a story that you were gonna fucking love, dude.
Yeah. There's a lot. It's gotten worse, but there's also a lot of things we don't do anymore.
Right.
So it's just things just take the place of something else. But we just have too much of that now. But there's not a lot of cowboys killing people in front of the saloon.
Yeah. Right.
So it changes.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah. I
would have died so fast.
I say, right
you know
away.
what I mean?
High noon.
Like if I was a cowboy, I'd have been like, I'm fucked. I don't have it in me to do this.
High noon shootout. Yeah. This guy's eating a burger by 12:05. He's in the saloon like, man, that was easy.
I mean, I would legit go into a saloon and be like, just so everyone knows, I'm not beta, but I'm also not really alpha. I'm like, so I just want to have a drink.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to start shit.
Right.
If I take your seat, I'll move.
Yeah. I'll move. You're here. This is your usual space.
Jail rules.
Fine with me.
Yeah.
Fine with me.
If you want me to get back there and pour some drinks, you know what? I'm here to have fun.
I think. Can I say that I think probably the worst thing that somebody could tell, my personal feeling of what the worst thing people could tell you, if they're like, you just never ask me how I'm doing. If somebody, and then you're like,
it hits hard.
Oh,
that hits hard.
Yeah.
So I had that problem. I see when people are upset. I'm always willing to help out. I go above and beyond, and then I don't get it. They don't do it to me. Mm-hmm. So therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to therapy.
Yes.
My therapist told me, oh, you think you're cursed. You have a superpower. Changed my whole life. She goes, everyone doesn't see people the way you do. So she said, you have a superpower, and just, be happy that you have that power, that you're able to help people, and it's not going to come back.
Wow, that's actually
incredible
perspective.
She hit me. She was worth all the money I spent.
Yeah,
that's great to hear.
Yeah,
but it was really worth. And now to this day, and it still bothers me a little. I wish somebody would ask how I was doing. Mm-hmm. Like when I look upset. But
you got her one of these, but you went to 500.
But now I go, no, it's okay. I'm happy to use my power to help other people.
So in the right relationship, does it really hit you soft if somebody's like, "Are you good, man?" And you give the short answer, and then they look at you and go, "No, for real, like, bro, you good? You been good?"
They get weirded out how emotional I get that somebody's asking how I'm doing.
Sure.
And they're like, I was just saying, like, you're okay. I'm like, no, man, you really care.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And they're like, sorry, I thought you were someone else.
and you're like, can I just give you some advice?
Yeah, can I give you some advice? Never respond to me like that ever again. Like, no, I'm just touched right now. Yeah, no, I'm not the guy for it. I'm not the guy. I'm not the person. I love this letter. I love that it hits so deep with you. That's great.
Yeah, I set it up when I talk to people. I go, hey, what kind of talk is this? We shooting the shit? Or you need me to really be in this?
I just saw a thing on somewhere. It was a meme or something. Now I can't remember if people told me a thing or if it was a meme. That's how fucked up it all is in my head. But it was something about going when your partner is like venting about something. They're like, so we always do a thing now where we go, are we listening or are we solving? And if the person, if she goes, do you want me to just listen or am I supposed to be giving you ideas? And if the person goes, just listen, it's almost like, great. Yeah. Now I know what you want, as opposed to, I'm venting and I gotta guess where this should go, or what, especially for someone who may be similar to you, where I'm like, but here's some solutions, and I'm only giving you the solutions because I'm trying to give you paths that make you feel better.
Yeah.
And then the other person, let's be honest, my wife, she would be like, I just want you to hear, I can handle myself. Right. I'm just trying to vent a thing.
Right.
And if you were to establish that early on, you talk about, you're like, great, I don't have to think of any ideas. I just sit here and take it in.
And just go.
I'm here to, you want a hug? Do you need a hug? Yeah. Here's a hug. You know what I mean?
Damn, wow. He did what?
Yeah.
He did what? Oh, my God.
You're not gonna, like, on the phone. I said listening. Oh, well, look, if I'm not giving solutions, I can't do anything.
Are we listening or we're solving?
I'm a solutions person.
I love that.
I'm taking this letter.
Rory?
Oh, take that. It's not mine.
Okay.
Take it.
I'm
taking it. We feel that need.
Taking it.
That's mine. I'm saying that on stage. All right. Yeah, I don't care. It's a meme.
Sure.
Joel, thank you so much for this letter. It's awesome that you were sharing with us that you're a big advice giver and that you wrote a letter not really asking for advice, but in a way, that's what we do. We wish you well. Sincerely, your pen pals, Rory Scovel,
Daniel Scovel,
and Cipha Sounds.
You want to sing alone, or you want us to sing with you?
Oh, I'm singing along, baby.
No, you said sing along.
No.
Did you say sing alone?
No, along.
Yeah.
Alone?
No, not alone. Not alone.
God, there's one letter in there that really matters.